light switch down for us, please.
I was in pain.
Yes, I am.
He was in pain and he was just saying it.
He's injured.
All right.
What time is it?
What page are we on?
Just 153. That's it.
Just page 153, huh?
Guys, don't ask questions about the homework so we can start taking over tests.
All right. So, taking a look at page 153. Is there any questions on numbers 1 through 8? 1 through 8. Hey. Yeah. 6. 2. All right. This is on page 153. If you have your homework, get it out, please. Yeah. What? Oh, sorry. All right.
Let's finish. You're welcome.
What's unique about this one?
Nothing. All have X's.
Okay, they all have X's. I like it. That is unique. You have X to the third, X to the second. If you move this over by subtracting it, are there any of the X terms that you can combine together?
No.
No, because they're all different degrees, right?
Wait, you can take up the X, right?
Oh, yeah, but I was just asking my question. No, get out of here. So can I add or subtract any of those X terms together? So think of it this way. X to the third power is 3D. X to the second power is 2D. X to the first power is 1D. Make sense? So 1D is lines. 2D is parabolas. 3D, ooh, a little different. It's 3D.
Mystery.
All right? So I can factor an x out, and that leaves me x squared minus 5x minus 36 equals 0. So what will this x have to equal?
0.
So I have one. That's one of my answers. There's going to be 3 of them. Okay? So then that might factor out. Let's see if it factors. My magic number is negative 36, so I know I have to have
Plus the negative.
plus negative. So 1 and 36, 2 and 18, 3 and 12, 4 and 9, and 6 and 6. Any of those work? One being positive, one being negative?
4 and 9.
4 and 9. So let's just factor this part out. So x squared minus 9x plus 4x minus 36
Equals 0.
x minus 9 plus factor 4 out here, x minus 9. So then I get x plus 4 equals 0. So x equals negative 4. And this one is x minus 9 equals 0. So x equals 9.
3 answers.
So there's 3 answers. So mathematically, or graphically, what this would mean is at 0 and at negative 4 and at positive 9, this graph would look like this.
Whoa.
Something like that. Pretty cool, huh? You don't have to know what the graph looks like, but that's just a little added bonus for y'all today. You only paid for Algebra 1, you're getting a little Algebra 2.
Oh.
All right, anything else from that first page, 1 through 8? One way I could write these answers would be like this. In this fancy bracket, 0, negative 4, and 9. The order doesn't really matter. So you could see the answers like that. That just means that that's the set of answers. It's not any points or anything like that. So 1 through 8, we're okay?
Yeah.
Okay, let's flip the page, 154. What questions you might have there? Yeah. 10. Number 10, we have 2x squared plus 30x equals 200. Okay. I need the 0 over here, so I'm going to subtract 200. Okay, so it has a greatest common factor of 2. Okay, but rather than bringing the 2 out front, if I divide everything by my greatest common factor, notice I even divided the 0 by it. These reduce. What do I do? We get there. Okay, so normally on the factoring, this is what it would look like if you pulled your greatest common factor out, right? But what I did instead is I just divided everything by whatever the greatest common factor was. So this divided everything. All right, this might factor. I don't know. Any ideas? Negative 100. Alternating signs. Bless you. 50, 4, 25, 5, and 20, and 10 and 10. 5 and 20 work. Which one's positive?
20.
The 20. Cool. So x squared plus 20, x plus 5, or minus 5x. Great. Minus 100. All right. X plus 20. Minus 5 and x plus 20. So I get x minus 5 equals 0, so this gives me x equals 5. And then x plus 20 equals 0, so x equals negative 20. So I could write the answer like this in a fancy bracket that no one knows how to write. I could make my answer that. Again, that's not the point. It's not a point at all. You're good. See? Count your money again. All right. What else? Anything else you want to see? Yo. 15. Whoa. It's to the third power, so we'll have possibly 3 answers. So I have x to the third minus x squared equals 72x. I want to move the 72x over. Is that okay, Jared? So I'll subtract 72x from both sides and wind up with this. Can I combine any of my x values together? No. I have a third dimension, a second dimension, and a first dimension. They can't add together or subtract. But I do have a greatest common factor of x. So I get that. What will this answer be?
0.
Yep. So there's my first answer. And then if we factor this, just factor it like normal. I'll just say this is what it factors to, which gives me an answer of 9. It gives me an answer of negative 8. Okay, which I could write my answer like this in brackets. That's fine. That's the set of answers. Okay, and again, if you had this graphed, it would cross here at 0, 0, at negative 8, and at positive 9.
There's graphing on the test, right?
Not like this kind of graphing. So this is what this graph would look like.
After this, I'm doing the practice test.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead. 13. 13. What might I'll do the first step on number 13 and be like, oh, duh. Natasha, how do I do this one?
You distribute that to.
Ram, you okay so far on that? Are you okay with the rest of it? So, did that little distribute. Anyone need to see that? If you wanted to subtract 2x, add 12, divide by 4, done. Yeah.
Can you do the number 16?
Which one?
Number
16.
16.
Okay. 3x squared plus 7x. 3x squared plus 7x equals negative 2. All right.
Add the 2.
Add the 2, so we'll bring it over. It might factor. Let's just check real quick if it'll factor. It needs to be positive 6, 1 and 6, 2 and 3.
1 and 6.
1 and 6 work? Cool. Shh. Second, 3x squared plus 1x plus 6x plus 2. I have an x in common. I have a 2 in common. And so I get 3x plus 1 is one answer. So that becomes x equals negative 1/3. And then I get x plus 2 is the other answer. There's my two answers. And again, I could write these answers in these fancy brackets like this. So I get negative 1/3, comma, negative 2. Order doesn't matter. Again, it's not a point. Anything else? Going once. Yeah. Going twice. All right, so have this out on your desk. I'll come by and put points in for you. Got it?
Got it, kitty.
I'm going to be handing you all the take-home test. Okay? Now, guys and girls, the take-home test will be collected and graded as on Monday. It's not worth as much as your test.
Test.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't made that up yet.
I get like 20 seconds.
Yeah.
2 million.
We good? Everyone happy?
Can you make it like 2 million points?
Say, oh, wait, do this one more time. What?
Can you
Make-
it
make-
2 million points?
2 million?
Sure. We'll get right on.
Even worth more than I mean, it'd only bring your grade like 15%. Yeah.
All right. So,
We should do it this year sometime since it's weighted. We should have it be like 10 million points.
Yeah, just have it on like the first half of the year and the rest of the
all right. So, guys and girls, Monday we will have our test on this stuff. Okay, so if you do fine with the take-home test, you should do fine on the in-class test. Then on Tuesday we start reviewing for finals. On Wednesday and Thursday we have the district district test as well as review for finals.
Just like extra.
Yeah, I'll put it in as extra credit. So the better you do, the more extra credit you get, right? You know, if you like, oh, this doesn't matter, and you get everything wrong, you get 0 extra credit points. So, you know, you choose how you want to do that.
That's pretty awesome.
And then let's see, on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. On the 19th, we start our in-class final. So a week from today, we start our in-class final, which is like a written version of the final. And then the week after, so after next week, either Monday, Tuesday, or Thursday, because Wednesday would be the graduation, right? Monday, Tuesday, or Thursday, we would have our in-class final exam, which is multiple choice. Yeah. Yeah, I'll get you. I have a review packet coming to you guys. A little bit, yeah. We'll have, probably won't do the whole thing, but it's like, if you have a question, let's do it. You know, which when you have the kid who asks, hey, how do you add 1/3 and 1/2 together? And I'm wasting time on that versus someone else going, let's do. Actually, you should know that. Ram, you had a question? Yes. I don't know.
What's 1/3 and 1/2?
Yeah. Review. I'll probably hand out the review to you guys on Monday. Cool. All right. So let's close that.